wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
So we had a client beforehand, and he is Filipino, born, raised, but working, living in the United States. He's going to go back, family, all that kind of jazz. And then, even though he was born and raised there and somewhat inoculated against the different scams going on, that doesn't mean that he wouldn't be hoodwinked, because you guys, man, you're addicted to the pussy. She loves me. So a couple of you guys, including Boo Boo, are not Philippine agent in the field. He reached out to me, and so did another one of my Asian agents in the field, who's not Asian, but he might be. I don't know. I just got emails. I'm saying there are Americans or Westerners who are in foreign lands who are agents in the field. This is from Boo Boo. I want to go over these scams for not only the client, but for the rest of you Hanyakers out there, like, oh, they really on my way out to the Philippines, I was sitting there at the LAX, and whole new experience for me. And I'm like looking around, and I was half expected to see the Corvette Club, old gray-haired white guy with calf-high socks and tennis shoes and overweight, and I was expecting to see that, and I didn't see that. And I saw, regular Filipino people either, going home or whatever. And sure enough, they started showing up. I'm like, oh, here they come. And I couldn't help but overhear this one guy. He's sitting next to another white guy. Classic Corvette Club boomer. And he was talking like, yeah, I got to go back to the Philippines for a divorce court hearing. I'm like, man, I'm never getting in the position where I ain't going to get divorced in the United States because I ain't getting married, but I am not getting in the position where I got to play an away game after a 19-hour flight across the Pacific to go to the divorce court in a foreign freaking country. And so, guys, I have a new book idea, and I may just bang it out quickly on top of the already one I published 2 weeks ago, because you boys ain't listening. So let's go through this. Land scam is basically non-citizens can't own land. They buy land in the name of the gal, she loves me. And then she just says, laugh out loud, fuck you, bye. Goodbye, not buy the property. You could kind of protect yourself by signing a 25-year lease with her. Why would you sign a 25-year lease with just sign your 25-year lease on your own? There's also different kind of idiots that buy land in her name while still living in the home country. What could go wrong when you send tens of thousands of dollars to some third world here, right? One more I know of, not much of a scam, really, more like mismanagement by local idiots. They're about to build some condos or whatever. You sign a contract, blah, blah, blah. Pay them agreed sum. The company flops. Sure, you got all the paperwork, but good fucking luck spending 100 years in courts to get your money back. Yeah, I'm not getting tied down in the Cambodian court system or the Thai court system. Also, Toyota Vios seem to be the most popular car in the Philippines. I would assume it's quite reliable too. All the taxis are Vios. It's probably one of them also really cheap, affordable cars, but we can't have it in America because it doesn't meet the very finicky fuel efficiency standards. And this one's a little bit more thorough. Aaron, please anonymize too long. Listening to the Philippine client was already writing enrolled agent moron email about Asia. Philippines is crazy expensive in areas where people don't get stabbed. Makati and BGC. Much lower probability of finding traditional women in Philippines than U.S. for almost all dudes. I could find 100 marriageable Filipinas in California and Hawaii for every one Filipina in the Philippines that wasn't trying to con me. All right, so you're like, they're all con artists. Philippine scams are endless. Simple land scam. 25-year-old woman throws herself at some Western older dude who is a loser looking for a traditional woman. The Filipino will act like a trad wife for about a year. Legs open, mouth closed, get her claws into the loser dude, have the dude introduce her to all of his friends and family. This is usually when the scamming begins. I remember years ago where God, maybe even 10 or more years ago where, I gotta send money back to I think it was the Philippines. Like, you mean you gotta send money back to the Philippines? Well, that's their tradition over there. I'm like, fuck you, stand up for your, look, American men, the reason you're in this situation is you're all a bunch of ballless Minnesota fathers. Is that your tradition? How about, fuck you, in the American tradition, I don't send your family money. Herman, you're so mean. Well, I'll leave. Bye. Introduce family and friends. This is usually where the scamming begins. 1 to 3 years equals the honeymoon period. Then Tampo, where Filipinas start acting grumpy. When the loser dude asks what's wrong, Filipino will say something like, "You don't understand. It's a Filipino or Thai thing." I probably had this happen 10 times and just say something like, "I guess I was not able to make you happy. Good luck," and move on. If they keep at me, then reveal I have many local friends I've worked with from pics below, and they have introduced me to some of their friends for dates, completely cut them off and move on. Eventually, the woman will reveal some kind of emergency or land deal that must be done quickly in order to avoid some family financial hardship or some mix of this. Some reason it must be done quickly, and use his own words of wanting a traditional wife family, and this land deal ending hardship is the only way this will happen with the chick. She'll say, "I just don't think you're serious about us," or other trial closes she's used before over and over on other dudes, something that requires immediate action. And if the problem is not solved quickly, will jeopardize and end the relationship just after the dude introduced. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Out of, not to say America and the West are without their problems, but I never believed this. Wow, this girl just really likes me. It's authentic. Yeah, it's been bad luck everywhere else, but now this woman likes my 285 foot 11 ass, balding. Yeah, it was just bad luck. It's like, no, something's wrong there. Something like, my grandma is sick and I might have to move back to the countryside to care for her unless somehow somebody could pay for her medical care. Oh, it sucks to be her, I guess. Or my uncle/friends is going to lose their land unless someone builds a house on their land in the next 6 months. Clutching pearls, fainting, endless stories like this. The loser dude comes up with the idea himself to buy the land and give the money and start building their dream house for their traditional life together. Filipina contacts architect, real estate agent, provides payments, all the Filipinas' friends and relatives. There will be some problems with the contracts, labor, materials, permits that require just one more check to start building the house. Once the loser dude has been cleaned out, nobody answers the phone. Architect, real estate agent, materials all disappear onto another Philippine island. If the loser dude still has money, the Filipino will contact a lawyer to recover funds from the criminals and have to pay the police to investigate. Just more money wasted. This story has happened 10,000 plus times. Below is just from a few days ago. Loser dude was reported to have been in Thailand for 20 years, still got conned. Why am I dark all of a sudden? What's going on here? Why is that light not? Oh, it must have been an update. There, now it's back. Another con in Thailand, a friend of a friend was a 40-year-old, decent-looking guy who worked in Phuket as a successful person, made Western money, and lived in Phuket for 5+ years. Not an idiot, knew the scams, found a good traditional Thai girl, did it for a year or so, got married, built a house. A few years later, after moving in, he was seen kissing another woman at the beach. A mutual friend who attended their wedding asked, "What happened with your wife?" Lucy Dude said she just woke up one morning, said she wanted a divorce. That's a little bit more direct. Many other details, but eventually my friend asked, "What about the house you just built?" Loser Dude, "That's the best part. She said I could pay rent if I want to live in one of the bedrooms." From the moment they first met, the Thai woman was planning a scam. Scammers have always have help from family, most who are already married to a Thai or Filipino. Land is always in local name, zero recourse or dumb Western dudes. Again, the story's played out 10,000 plus times. Nobody learns anything. In addition to the above love scams, another risk in Asia is the sheer volume of stupidity, arrogance, and or graft of foreigners in Asia who are either complete idiots or will just spew nonsense to make money. The latest I've seen is someone below who portrays himself as a attorney who rails against IRS enrolled agents patrolling a country enforcing and influencing U.S. tax laws in that country. This country changed their tax laws in 2004 or 2024, and several U.S. tax preparers have begun to advertise their services include IRS enrolled agent in their bios as a qualification to do taxes. I have unsuccessfully tried to explain to him that an enrolled agent is just a designation used by the IRS that allows one to represent taxpayers in a dispute against the IRS, is not an IRS agent looking to enforce tax laws in Thailand. This has not deterred this expert from continuing to repeat that IRS enrolled agents from the US are illegally patrolling this country. Look at above is just a microcosm of the issue one will have if they attempt to actually work in Asia. There's almost an unlimited supply of ignorant, fraudulent, or both actors in Southeast Asia parading around, offering themselves as experts in various fields of finance, law, and accounting. If one lives here full time and does any kind of financial transactions, they will have issues and then have to deal with someone like above who is either completely incompetent, total con artist, or both. Asia is still a cool place to visit, but living here full time, owning property, having a bank account, investing, working, etc., is terrible. Working here is for fun only, and only with 100% locals who are extremely well connected families attached to some early blah blah blah. Really, just going through all this. This is more like living lifestyle stuff. Dating, wait until the Western dudes hit 3 years before declaring they have found a trad wife in Asia. Okay, so there you go. Nothing new. Don't be dumb. No, she doesn't lurvy. Look, just I don't know how many times I gotta keep pointing this out. No matter where, I don't care what country or culture creates whatever ritual, institution, or cultural procedure, namely marriage, to make it seem like it's something different. At the end of the day, throughout all of human history, all relationships, marriage, romantic, sex or not, between men and women, like in marriage, that's why I say sex and love or not, because a lot of times sex and love wasn't there, has been transactional. You are giving women resources and providing for them. They are giving you sex and, in theory, progeny and taking care of the kids and the children. It is all transactional. Since the true nature is transactional, I have a question. Yes, you, sir, in the back. Why are we going through these frivolous motions of cultural procedures and rituals like marriage with all these rules and strings attached when at the end of the day, you're just paying for it? And if we're just paying for it, why don't you just pay for it? Right, guy? I know I'm a jailers, but I don't know how much you guys need to be held or cuddled with late at night. But can you just have a little bit of street smarts and pay for it by the hour? That's the true nature of these transactions at the fundamental level. All right. And then, ladies, if you'd like it to be different, that's up to you to prove. Oh, wait, commitment? All right. Well, let's see some other things. But for now, as far as I can tell, they do what? Spectral analysis. And they look at a star and they do spectral analysis. Okay, what are the different types of elements being burned in that sun? You identify, like, it's the genetic code. It's the the chemical composition of that sun. It's the purest, most read of that light coming at you. Like, that is what that sun is. Will you please look at the genetic, biological DNA code of the relationships you're in here? Ladies, if that offends you, I'm sorry. Tell me, show me differently. You really should, especially in these scams and rackets. It would be helpful to start there. This is the true nature of the beast. Start there. And then you know who's responsible for half the relationship? The other person. So you could go ahead, like, all right, but what are you going to do? What's your behavior like? Then maybe after you have a lot of money set in a trust, you're like, no, you have some boundaries. No, I'm not giving your family money. I'm not buying your property. I'm not buying land here. I can't. But through me, you can. The hell I am. I got a nice place to rent down there by the beach. I could do this all day. All right. That's it. Questions, answers. I got a link to everything I like, all the links to everything. The books, the courses, my incognito link if you want to get all those data brokers to force your data off the internet. My Amazon affiliate link. That's it. It's all there. See you guys later. Toodles.